Good morning, gang. Happy Saturday morning. So now we all get a chance to go to our other job today, right? Yeah, doing some work around the house, whether it be laundry or grocery shopping or cleaning the house or yard work or prepping or whatever it is. Yeah, sometimes I think, we're busier on the weekends than we are with our regular 9 to 5s. But I'm going to bring something up this morning that is pretty disturbing to me. Okay. About a year ago, maybe a little more than that, I tried to put up a video with a listing of the companies that were mandating the arm candy. YouTube didn't like it. YouTube wouldn't let me put it up. YouTube put me in jail for a month, or for a week. I'm sorry, not a month. Maybe it was 2. But we as a people have a right to do business with whomever we so choose. A lot of us refuse to do business with companies that don't follow the same thought process we have. Okay, don't pick something. Whether you're pro-abortion or anti-abortion. Okay, you can choose to do business with a company that is on the same side of the fence as you, or pro-gay rights, or anti-gay rights, or whatever it would be. We have that right. The Supreme Court has said that, okay, that if something violates your, for example, religious beliefs, i.e. that baker in Colorado, and there's another case up in front of the SCOTUS right now, that people have the right to refuse service if something violates their beliefs. Okay, companies do. Right. And we also do. However, there are also laws, and companies do not legally have the right to openly break the law. Now, this gets very sticky, and inevitably it's going to be another case in the Supreme Court. But the Second Amendment to the U.S. Constitution is a law, whether these companies want to believe it or not. A few weeks back, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover started reclassifying gun shops or whatever it would be with their merchant code. And so that way it said something more than sporting goods. It said gun shop. And companies are now coming out, or banks are now coming out and prohibiting people from purchasing not only firearms, but firearms accessories, ammunition, anything else you can buy in a gun store. I mean, I can go to my local gun store here. I get targets. I can buy a gun safe. I can buy NBC mask, stuff like that. But because their merchant code now says firearms, that the banks are stopping people from doing this. Think I'm kidding? Here's a snapshot of what somebody had on when they tried to run their credit card or their debit card through the little card reader. Transaction declined, charge declined, restricted card, customer bank does not allow this card to be used at this type of merchant. Really? So, what does this sound like? How many times have we said about the supposed forthcoming of CBDC that you will be told what you can and cannot buy? This is exactly the same thing. This is a bank telling a customer that they're not allowed to spend their own money on something that is legal under the laws of the United States. Who gives the company that right? Nobody. Okay. If I want to go to the store and buy a legal weapon, which is basically all 99.9999999% of the gun stores will sell there. I mean, hey, somewhere these gangbangers are getting theirs, right? Okay. They have no right whatsoever to tell me what I can and cannot buy. Now, here's the deal. Depending on the bank, and in the story, which of course I will link below, people have said this has happened on their PayPal credit card. Oh, there's a big surprise, okay? Because, here's the same company that wants to fine people $2,500 for what they say on social media. Correct me if I'm wrong, but PayPal, you're not a social media company, so you have no legal right to police my actions. Hence the reason I don't have a PayPal account anymore, me and tens of thousands of other people, okay? This is going to get very interesting, okay? Sure, there are banks that don't have a problem. I bought some ammunition just a week ago with my credit card online. I had no problem, okay? I bought some other things too and had no problem. What we need to do is share this information, because even if you are not a gun owner, even if you are not a gun enthusiast, even if you have no intention of ever buying a gun, even if you live somewhere that you practically can't buy a gun, you still need to know if your bank is doing this. Because what's next? We all know with all of this crap that goes on, give them an inch and they'll take a mile, all right? We saw that with the whole LGBTQ thing. We only want to be left alone and have the right to be married. Remember that? Okay. So Congress gave them the right to be married. We want to teach your kids how to play with sex toys and stuff like that school in Highland Park, Illinois. Okay. 14-year-olds in the school is passing around sex toys to them in class to educate them. 14-year-old does not need to know anything about that. But this is what's going on. This is what we need to do. We need to, because the media is not going to tell us. The media is all for this. Nobody should be able to buy anything. No. So it's up to us to share the information. Now, there's no way in the world I know every bank and what their policies are. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a thread up on Freesteading for people to add the names of their bank that are doing this. If your bank is telling you, sorry, you're not allowed to buy something that is completely illegal anymore, share that information on that list. Share it with everybody else. Because like the guy who had this was a bank in Kentucky, and I'm trying to find where it was. I saw it here, and now I can't find it here real quick. Forcht Bank, Forcht, was the one from this picture, okay? Forcht Bank in Kentucky. If you have an account at Forcht Bank, Monday morning, go close it, okay? Tell them, we can vote with our money. Banks need customers. Banks need money. Banks lose customers. Banks lose money. Banks go bye-bye. Okay, pretty simple. But we need to do exactly what the customer did, because in the article it says, customer went straight to bank and closed account. They are trying to restrict our rights. Think, hey, if we can't do it legally, we'll do it some other way. Okay? Well, I can't legally walk in the bank and tell you you're closed. You're going to look at me and go, haha, big deal, get out. But tens of thousands of us can do stuff like that. The deal is, we all have to know which banks, which businesses violate the law, because the police, the government, is certainly all in bed with companies, banks doing this. Remember, they're part of the machine. We're not. Pinball out.